What up, YouTube? Welcome back to 3 the Hard Way TV with the beautiful ladies. We got Diana, Catherine, and Brittany. On today's show, the question for the ladies is, would you allow your child to go to his stepmother's house? Your child's father got a new boo.
Do they live together? Or
They live together. They don't live together. Whatever the scenario is in your head. Yeah.
No, because those two different answers. Because if they do live together, go ahead, do your thing. But if they don't, what type of perverted shit is going on here? Why she need my baby to come?
So it's his weekend, and he's saying, okay, I'm taking Junior with me to Juanita's house. We gonna stay the weekend here. Are you okay with that?
Yes, bitch, yes. FaceTime me if you need me.
So you never met her.
If that's his boo, he better protect my son. But if that's his boo, yes, take him. I need a break. Fuck. Yes, bitch, I like you. Keep up the good work. Y'all look good together. I don't care about stuff like that.
What about you?
I trust I trust my children. They can speak, but I don't. No, that's perfect. More men need to do that.
Okay.
No matter who they going with, more. Get your children more.
What about you, Diana?
I really want to say yeah, but I know people who know me watch this. That's just not gonna happen. I don't want my kids in nobody's house. My kids can't even go over our house. My kids can't go over your house. My kids will not be at Brittany's house. I want to say yeah, because there's nothing wrong with that, but like those my kids. I don't want nobody else with them. So yeah, I'm psychotic. I love them. They say, "Mom, you need to get a life," but yes or no. Not because I think something wrong with it. Just because my kids go nowhere. They're always with mama. They're always in mama's house. Okay. Mama needs to know where her children are. So Susie won't be babysitting mine. I don't need a break.
Susie.
What about you, Brittany?
It's like a 50-50 for me. My thing is like not meeting the person. I'm a little bit apprehensive of that. But if the individual that I do have a child with made, pretty much the best decision, and I know they're going to have my child's best interest at heart, then he already know how I'm coming. However, if the only terms and conditions, even if I haven't met her, only terms and conditions that I would have is like, if you serious with this bitch. If you're not serious with her, then there's no need for you to go play house. It's no need. Like, no. It has to be a serious relationship. I don't need no validation. Like you said, if it's stepmom, and quite naturally they're married, then so be it. Because we're blended families. But I personally, he just better know. My baby better not come back with a hair follicle out of motherfucking place.
Okay. You need to blink 1,000 times while you saying that?
Yep. I want you to get everything up in me. And I've been in that situation, and don't get me wrong, I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep.
Still can't. Even when they going out to
I couldn't sleep. Like I went and got my son like 7 a.m. the next morning.
So is it an age on that? Like, no, does the child have to be able to talk and walk and all of that for you to be a little more comfortable?
I'm not gonna include Diana in this, but I think it depends on the relationship that you have with the child, so father or whatever. If you chose fucked uply and this is your ex, y'all don't even got a communication or relationship,
right?
Use a fuck up too at some point, because you can't even trust this nigga with his child or trust him to have good judgment about who. Then you just
exactly.
Fuck. But if you got that good relationship and that understanding, friendship ultimately, and I'm gonna say that's good. I think more fathers should hang out with their children.
I have dear friends and family members that I love and I trust. And they always say, well, why your kids can't go with me? You think I'm a bad parent?
That's family members.
I'm going to ask. I said friends too. I'm going to ask you guys the question I always ask them. If my child is with you and your child is with you and they're both drowning and you can save one, who are you going to save?
I'm probably going to save both of them.
My child still
cut that shit out.
My child still going to be there. If all three of you motherfuckers drown, guess what? I'm still short a kid. So, my children stay with me. And I'm okay with that. Until they're 18, then they got to get the hell on.
So they daddy would not. So they daddy gets married. they pops get married. He is in a serious relationship, and he can't take them around his wife.
No.
His wife.
You know what? Actually, I'm in that situation.
I'm saying, okay.
I'm in that situation.
If he's now married.
That's awesome. I think that's.
And he's like, okay, I want Junior for the whole summer.
Fuck yes, she won't. But that sounds great.
I'm in that current situation.
So much.
My daughter's father is married, been married for 10 years, but he should have his own kids for that because that was. And I keep explaining this to this man. He not getting it. I had to ask his mama, was he slow? Was he on that short bus?
Let me explain this to you. You just said he got to have his own child.
Yeah.
That is his child.
With somebody else?
Let me say. Me, God, the doctors, winning. Oh no, that was my vagina. That's my motherfucking child. No. He can have another baby. Go do you. Do you.
Terrible.
Damn. Okay, look. I'm going to spin this a different way for you, right? He has another child that's a year younger than y'all child, right? Mm-hmm. So, your daughter is really close to that child. And she says, Mom, I want my dad's daughter to come over and stay the weekend or spring break.
They ain't gotta worry about shit like that because I have my own. No, I don't ask for people motherfucking children.
You ain't shit.
So how these kids don't know each other?
I mean, they get to visit. Like, she 13 now, so I let her go for a few hours. But you know they got a time limit, and I was about to put out an Amber Alert on their ass. They were supposed to bring my baby back. So I called she spent the night, and here it is, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You tell her, bring my baby back when I feel like it. Yes, Suburban Police, my child is missing. They was like, okay, miss, just come to our station and we'll find out what
bring a picture.
I was like, okay. I called the police and we on our way. Please, not my kid. I love my kids. I want my kids where I can count them. Every night before I go to sleep, I count each and every one of my children.
So it's like jail in that motherfucker.
And let me tell the audience that the only reason she's like that because she's been with the same dude or whatever. So she don't really know no better. So it's she kind of but honestly, that's not the way the world works. She doesn't know how the world works because she's been in this one relationship forever. So that's a little fun fact about Diana. But yeah, it's nothing wrong with letting the father hang and the fucking stepmother because that's what she is. If she's taking care of her shit, y'all gotta even communication with her. I don't see anything wrong with it. More fathers need to do that and give these single mothers a fucking break. Get them
in certain things, because I've come
from
a blended family. Like you know what I'm saying, had a stepmother, and I feel like just even with the equilibrium of my own mother, her and my father, like it helped balance a lot of things out. And it's really for the well-being. Like if you really love your kid, you're gonna just make sure they get everything that they get. Like, cause we as mother, there is no handbook for this. There is no blueprint for it. So everybody, what I may look at and see, that's not something that you may necessarily see. And some people don't. Everybody don't have mother instinct. Just because you can have a baby doesn't make you a mother. But at the same, because
there's a lot of you hoes out here like that. I'm just go ahead.
But if another woman is willing to step up to the plate and be that, because I mean, we as women, we fall short too, you know, and some of these men are oblivious to certain things that maybe, because I know a lot of women who's with guys. I ain't never saw for no motherfucking girl before. Woo woo. It's the stepmothers that's out here doing that shit, picking this up, making sure like, hey, did you call your baby today? You know, it's just that whole unit. And if it takes a village to raise a child, whether it's a step village or you know, aunties and uncles, everybody is a unit for the well-being of that person. So I'm just not gonna limit my kid because, and I have to just plead the blood of Jesus, because I mean, I came from a family where my mama didn't let me spend the night in nobody's house. She just did. You want to have a slumber party? It's gonna be here.
No, I don't need nobody else's kids.
Like, you know, but at the same time, she didn't either. My mother didn't either. She had a knack for kids. She was a teacher for over 33 years. However,
you love kids.
However, if that's something for the well-being of my daughter wants to do, then that's what we're do. It's no different than having a motherfucking birthday party and seeing them irritating ass kids there. It's no different. They're still under your supervision because you have invited those people's kids.
Okay. Now, I'm asking this for a friend. For a friend. Okay? For a friend. Got a friend. He made an agreement with his child's mother. Okay? The agreement was the whole summer, spring break, and weekends. Right? The mother says yes, but he asked for it to be in writing through the court so it can be legit. She refused. Was that right?
That was absolutely right. That was very smart on her part. That's a lot of times she want to be away from her kids. She don't need to split custody. He ultimately probably just needs to get the kids. If she would have did that, he would have ultimately got their son, their daughter, whoever it was. Because that's a lot of time spent without them. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's too much time.
So that was too much time for him to ask for?
No. If she would have released that much time to their fathers, it's almost like, damn, bitch, do you want these kids? You know what I mean?
So your question is, was she well within her right to renege from the verbal agreement? That's what you're asking.
Yeah.
I think she was wrong. I personally think that she was wrong. And because if you mean what you say and say what you mean, if we just gonna get this shit notarized, legalized, it shouldn't even matter.
Shit.
It shouldn't even matter.
I ain't saying this shit.
But at the same time, but
Right.
once again, this goes back to my initial reason. When you know what type of individual you're fucking with.
Yeah.
Because if you fucking with a silly motherfucker, only a person who know what type of individual that they fucking with, they will click to say, you know what? I tried this shit with this bitch before, didn't really work. So now that we in the good land, so it won't be no issues. Let's just lay this out.
Right. That was the reasoning behind it, because he had been burned before by other verbal agreements and she would renege on them. So he just wanted the agreements to be.
It's no child. You can't make a verbal agreement about my child. I'm not gonna sit here and say
it's also his child too.
Right.
I do. You keep saying that.
At the end of the
So
day,
why you can't do whatever you need to do with my child between sun up and sun motherfucking down? And this why my child not
because people have jobs. They gotta get to work.
Take a day off.
They got.
When my child is sick, I take a day off. Now let me tell you why. Why my child needs to sleep at your house?
Because it's also his child.
You keep saying that shit ain't even registering with me. Listen. You want to have a child that stays with you, you need to get with a woman and stay with her so that you can have that kid.
Okay.
When you're not with a woman, that's the option you get.
He has the same rights. A father has the same rights as a mother. That is
they do
equally.
That's
equally. Hold on a second. That's equally his child too.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, if she wants to get if she's agreeing to that much time taken away and she's not acting on that, mean she really don't want to give him that time, but she like whatever the fuck he's doing for her. And I'm just being real. You know what I'm saying? That's just to keep him at bay. Like, yeah, I'm gonna give you that. Go ahead, give me that 1,200, 15, whatever. It's cool. I do it. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like it's some back and forth, and she leading him on, or he might be leading her on. But I think it's kind of like he probably trying to trap her too, because if she try to sign the papers and she's giving him that much time, in my head, I'm thinking you really don't want these kids then. You know what I mean? You just like that.
No, but he should be allowed time.
My thing is this. Look, what's the difference?
But either you gonna have a child for the school year or for the fucking summer.
A written verbal agreement versus a child support order. What's the difference?
Nothing.
Because he has terms and conditions that he can amend to that support order as well.
Exactly.
So what's the difference between when a man in a robe got to sit here between two grown ass people and say, look, what the fuck y'all gonna do about this kid?
Exactly.
Versus two adults who have this kid, we can come to this agreement.
Let me break it down to you. Let me tell you right, Brittany. And once again, I want to say this: nobody's giving my kids their mama, not their grandma, not their aunties, not their cousins, not their friends. But in the case of what Brittany's saying about why should this woman give her child to her kids, let me explain why. And this is probably why I keep my kids with me the way I do. Ever since I had kids, I always worked. My kids go to school, and from the time they wake up until about 4 o'clock when they make it home, they at school. And then usually I'm getting off for like a couple of hours at 6 or 7. After that, gotta feed them tires. So during the week, I really don't get the time that people think because my kid live with me. I get the time to discipline them, raise them, teach them how to grow in this world. So that time, you can't count my time during the week because my child lives with me.
Exactly.
I don't have that because at that time I'm getting doctor's appointments done in between work and school and everything. I gotta do.
That's
so
why
I'm not getting that. So every time I
strange
give
that you
somebody
don't- that
my
much
time on the weekend, it's taken from me. Like when I go to work,
Exactly,
my
like
kids come to me and say, "Mom, you work so much," and then I'm like, "Man, but you know, I work. This is how we survive. This is how we live." But I don't think people understand from the mama's point of view that we don't get as much time with our kids as we should. Now, bitch, if you rich and you want to sit up here and have me a nanny and I ain't got to work and I ain't got to do shit and I just got time to play with my kids, then we can talk about your rights, motherfucker. But you ain't got no rights to my children.
Okay. I'm just gonna let this one go ahead and go. You can go ahead and say bye, ladies. They
Bye.
social media links are below. Follow us, hit that subscribe button.